Hi everyone, welcome to our channel. Today I'm going to be telling you about one of my biggest secrets, which is the Dr. Oz Detox. Hello again. If you are new to our channel or you've been here before, make sure to hit the subscribe button below. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about the Dr. Oz Detox. Usually I do this the 3 days before I have an important event going on, and it's a 3-day cleanse, so it's all smoothies. And I know that sounds a little bit scary, but it is the normal amount of calories, at least that I would be having for a normal day. You can do either 3 or 4 smoothies for each day of the 3 days. During those 3 days or after those 3 days, I'll usually drop between like 3 to 5 pounds each time of blow weight type thing. It's a nice reset. So anyway, something I swear by if you want to look good for your big event. I did this first time, was right before our engagement party. I did it before our engagement photos. I did it before our wedding. Pretty much any big event that I have, I do this 3 days prior to it. So I pretty much swear by it, and I'm thinking that you guys might be interested in trying this too. These are all the ingredients and everything that you'll need for these smoothies. So for the cucumbers, you want to make sure that you have 4 cucumbers instead of 3, and then same thing for the bananas. So I think it only says like 3 bananas on it. You want to make sure you have 4. It says you need like 6 lemons. I only feel like you need around like 3, maybe 4 max. It calls for 2 mangoes, but I usually feel like 2 doesn't give me enough, so I do 3 of the mangoes. So those are just some things to take into account when you're doing the shopping list. You can freeze the smoothies. So sometimes I'll make them and I'll freeze them and then I'll just eat them frozen kind of like with a spoon, or allow it to defrost, and it's just like a nice cold icy type of texture. I'm just going to be making 1 of each of the smoothies and just multiply that by 3 or 4 depending on how many you want to have of the smoothies per day. All right, let's get started. All right, so I'm gonna go through the whole day and step by step what you're supposed to do for the Dr. Oz Detox. And so the first part of the day is you have a cup of tea. So I just get my water, I put it in the microwave for like a minute and a half before I go to work or get ready. And then I have my slice of lemon, and then my tea bag, and then 1 teaspoon of the stevia. I'm gonna go ahead and make that now. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and make the breakfast smoothie. So first we start with 1 cup of water. We're gonna do 1 banana. We're gonna do 1 cup of raspberries. I'm using the frozen ones, but you can do fresh. Then we'll have 1/4 cup of spinach. 1 tablespoon of flaxseed, 2 tablespoons of lemon, and then 1 tablespoon of almond butter. How healthy does that look? All right, so I'm just going to blend that up. All right, then this size container is the perfect size container if you want to take it on the go. So we've got 1 done. All right, so after breakfast, we're supposed to take half of a multivitamin, and we're supposed to take 1 probiotic. So since my multivitamin comes in a 2, so it's like 2 gummies, I guess take 1 gummy, and I'll take 1 of these Digestive Advantage probiotics, and then after that, we'll have lunch. All right, we're going to make the lunch smoothie next. This one I nicknamed the Green Machine. This one takes up a lot more room than the breakfast and the dinner smoothies. Take up a lot more space in the blender, and some of the ingredients are harder to blend up. So I'm going to be doing some of the softer ingredients first, and then liquefying that, and then adding some of the harder ingredients. So the first thing I'm gonna do is add 1.5 cups of the almond milk. Next, we'll have a tablespoon of the coconut oil. After that, we're gonna have a cup of kale. Then we'll be doing a cup of pineapple. All right, so we got the 1 cup of pineapple. All right, so I'm going to blend that up first so I can liquefy that, and it'll be easier for the harder ingredients to get mixed in after. All right, so now we've got 4 stalks of celery. You've got half of a green apple, half a lime, one cucumber, and I'm gonna actually grind this up first. All right, so now we're gonna put the cucumber in. All right, so that's how that one has turned out. I like this one a lot more when it's frozen. So a lot of the times I will put it into a container and then I'll freeze it overnight. And then when I take it for work the next day, then if I leave it out by the time I get to lunchtime, it's almost like a mixture of, it's like a slushie. So it's like half frozen and half not. And that way I can still eat it. I'm chewing it a little bit, but it's this nice, cold, refreshing type of texture. So I've got this container and then I have another one. So for the breakfast one, we used a 24-ounce container, and this one is much bigger. It takes a lot more space. As you can see with the blender, it was almost to the brim. So we've got this one nearly completely filled up, and then this is a 32-ounce. So that's what we've got. You can even them out a little bit more, so I could put more of this one that's almost full to the brim into this one, have them half and half, but that's a big lunch drink. So it can definitely get you pretty full. Got a lot of kale in there, a lot of vitamins, a lot of green. So that's the Green Machine lunch drink. And once we've finished that off, we go on to the next step. After your lunch smoothie, you're supposed to have the other half of your multivitamin. So for me, it's the other chew of the 2 chews from the women's vitamins. And then for the omega-3 supplement, I'm taking the flaxseed oil, so I would go ahead and take that now. Next, we're supposed to repeat one of the smoothies as a snack drink smoothie. So you're supposed to select the smoothie that is your favorite, but for me, if I were to choose my favorite, it would either be the breakfast one or the dinner one, and I would not do the lunch one, but instead I do not follow that, and each day I just repeat one of the 3 smoothies. So the one day I'll repeat breakfast, one day I'll repeat lunch, and then one day I'll repeat dinner. So for today, I'm just going to repeat the lunch smoothie, so this green one, and then that will be my snack for the day. So you go ahead and have that, and you're definitely going to be pretty full, making sure you have that. Now, you don't have to have the 4 drinks. You could just do the breakfast, lunch, and the dinner one, but if you're definitely feeling hungry, you want to include that snack one in, and it can't hurt you. It's all good stuff. So whatever one you want to do, or whatever way you want to do it, you can totally do it, but I encourage you to try to do a repeat of each of the drinks, so that way you get the full benefits of everything over the 3 days. Next up, we have our dinner drink. This is the one that I think of as a spicy blueberry. So first we're gonna go ahead and we're going to put in 1.5 cups of coconut water. We're adding 1 tablespoon of lemon, 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Make sure it's not a full teaspoon or a tablespoon. The first time I ever made this, I think I either did a full teaspoon or a full tablespoon, and my tongue was definitely getting burned off. So 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Then we have a tablespoon of flaxseed. Got a cup of blueberries. Then we have a cup of kale. Then we have 1/4 of an avocado. Then lastly, we're going to have 1/2 cup of mango. Now, how healthy does this look? All right, so now I'm going to blend this up. All right, so now I have my Yeti that I'm gonna be pouring this into. There might be a little bit left over, so I might just drink that immediately. So just a teeny bit left over. The rest I'm gonna save for a little bit later. The last step of the day for the Dr. Oz Detox is the Epsom salt bath. You're supposed to do 2.5 cups of Epsom salt and then 10 drops of lavender essential oil. I usually do 8 drops of the lavender oil actually in the bubble bath, and then on my pillow and John, my husband's pillow, I put a few drops on each because it really does help with relaxation and sleeping. I don't usually do exactly the amount of that much Epsom salt. I usually just sort of spray it all over the bathtub, but you can definitely do exactly the right way. All right, that's everything that has to be done for the Dr. Oz Detox in a day. You go ahead and do that 3 days in a row. And after that, you should probably lose between 3 and 5 pounds of that bloat that you've been hanging on to. Clears your stomach and everything, and you should feel a little bit lighter and refreshed. And so if you liked this video, then make sure to share it with a friend. I learned about the Dr. Oz Detox from a friend of mine, so maybe somebody else can take something from this and maybe try it out themselves. Maybe you can try it out. And if you like this video, then give it a thumbs up and subscribe. So otherwise, we'll see you next time.